Hello and welcome to High Caliber TV, your source for figure and model updates every Wednesday and Friday. Today on the Workbench I'm going to be taking a look at one of the Alpine figures that was released last month and showing off a new technique that I've been experimenting with. I should point out that I didn't invent this technique. I learned it from Lester Bursley at his channel called Awesome Paint Job. It's a great channel. You should definitely check it out. I've tried this technique on a few 28mm figures and I'd like to transition it into 1/35. As you can see, I've already sprayed the shadows and highlights with my airbrush onto the coat using Vallejo Panzer Green. But the experimentation comes in with the highlights. I wanted the coat to really be eye-catching and stand out, even though it's just a simple Panzer Green. So to do this, I hand-painted Citadel Flayed One Flesh onto the raised areas. It's a really great color for that because it'll blend in a lot better than white will, because white would be a bit too stark, I feel. White's good for 28mm sci-fi or fantasy figures, but for something where you want some subtlety, you really want to use tan color. This figure is also a really great option for experimenting this technique because his coat has so many horizontal and vertical folds in it. It looks like it's gotten a lot of use. It's really wrinkled. So as you can see, highlight process is done. What I did was I used my usual isopropyl alcohol and I diluted it to 70% with water and then mixed that with Vallejo Model Air Panzer Olive Green, which was the base color for the whole coat. And then I had it diluted to less than a milky consistency, so it was more like water, and used a really low PSI on my airbrush and sprayed it over the whole thing, with obviously highlights in mind, so I sprayed down as opposed to up. This created a great green filter and allows you to see the detail that you applied before through the color. It's not quite as dynamic as I was hoping, but this is my first attempt in 35th scale, so I'll improve. I know that a lot of armor modelers use figures as a means of creating scale or adding a bit of character to their vehicles, which is really cool. I get it. And I know that a lot of them would really like to have an easier way of painting figures, and I think this is it. Because even if you make some small mistakes in the hand painting of the highlights, they'll probably get covered up when you spray it. This figure and many more are available at our shop. I'll leave the link in the description below. Check us out on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Thanks very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.